Alright, so I had to treat myself. And of course when I treat myself, I get myself a little goodie. And today I've got a couple of expensive goodies to open for you here. A couple of super rare limited release Chaka. We have got Hanna with the Blood Rose, I believe is the full name. But Hanna, which was released in 2022, and there's 160 of them, so super rare. And then I've got the even rarer statue GULA, and there are only 42 of these. 42 released, that's it. So I'm excited. I'm super excited to open these. Chaka is my favorite property. I've become really fond of all of the limited release Chaka figures, which is rough because they are expensive. They are very expensive because they are limited release. So both of these that I bought them together from the same seller, and I'll tell you how much they cost at the end of the video. So watch out for that at the end. But they weren't cheap. They weren't cheap. Now, I've been looking forward to these coming, so I'm just going to dive right into it. And we will start with Hanna of the Blood Rose or Red Rose. I love the packaging. It's like this nice bag. Now, these are second-hand because they released so long ago and they were limited release. So it's hard to find these in brand new condition. I have managed to find a couple of limited release Chaka, mini Chaka figures in brand new unopened condition, but I haven't recorded those openings. You know what? I'll do a show and tell for you on some of these sometime in the near future. But this one, both of these, who I bought from a seller in Thailand, are from a collector who took really good care of them. I have OCD. So buying things that aren't brand new is a bit of an issue for me. It's difficult. I struggle with it. So whenever I'm buying something that isn't brand new, that has been owned before, I do a lot of vetting of who I'm buying them from. Like, I get my social media detective on and I go through the profiles. I try and gauge how clean they are, how well they take care of things. I have a chat to them to, make sure that they're the type that would look after things. And the seller I bought this from, I bought a couple of other limited Chaka from her, and she takes good care of these. So I felt confident with this. It's a bit of a hump for me to get over, a bit of a hurdle, but I love these so much that it's like, well, the alternative is just not having them because it's near impossible to find them brand new. If you have any limited release Chaka that are brand new that you're looking to sell, shoot me a message because I'm looking to buy, probably. They're expensive. They're so expensive, but I love them. So we're going to open this. And yeah, I was really stoked that she had two of the Chaka figures that I really wanted. I love this one. It comes in like a nice bag, a packaging bag. So let's open this up and... Alright. So we have our little cards here. Let's see. I cannot read that because I am a dunce that only speaks one language. So I don't know what that says. But I'm sure it says something nice. And there we have our card. Hanna! And it's one of 160 pieces. Just 160 pieces of these released. Oh, the card is pretty. The art of this figure is just absolutely stunning. This is one of my favorite ones. I love Chaka because I'll talk about that soon. Let's have a look at this. So this is just like the packaging artwork that goes in the front there. Very nice little print. And there on the back we have got a little rose, but it just kind of gets jammed in there, so the corners are bent because of that, but that's unavoidable, sadly. Really cool little print, though. Alright, let's see. So, okay, pop that down here. Let's pull that out. And what's this here? Okay, pop that out, back in. So, you there. Alrighty, so, here we go. Oh, How is that? I haven't even seen the front, just the back. So how adorable is that? It's like a nice translucent color. Nice translucent kind of grey blue there. You can see the little heart that she's holding, or like rose heart type thing. And so this, when you shine light through it, gives off like this really nice kind of glowing look. The flame there, the candle wick. Oh, so pretty. All right, and this that it comes with, again, I can't read that sadly, but it's like a little accessory that comes with her. And you can see here, it's like a little veil that we just pop on her head there. How's that? It's like a gothic kind of princess. Kind of reminds me of Corpse Bride a bit. Get that some shape to it. Oh, this, from the moment I first saw art of this one online, on different websites and on Instagram, I was instantly enchanted. One of my favorite of the limited release Chaka figures, so I knew I had to get it. And I'm just stoked that I could find it from a reliable, safe, careful buyer. These were shipped really fantastic. So Chaka is my favorite IP, my favorite art toy IP, my favorite Pop Mart IP. And, you know, I was trying to think, why is Chaka my favorite? And I think some of us, sometimes we're just kind of drawn to different figures. And I think what it is that really captures me for Chaka is that it balances two things really well. Two things that make up who I am and make up my own approach to my own art, my own writing, and my own ways of living. And that's balancing this aesthetic and this feeling and this vibe of sadness and, you know, deep feeling and emotion, and balancing that with a kind of joyful whimsy. And that's what I feel like the Chaka figures have. They're either towards that emotional end of the spectrum, or they're towards the whimsical end of the spectrum, and both of those really appeal to me. So I think that's why I love Chaka so much, why I'm drawn to it, and just the visuals, the vibe of it. Chaka is my girl when it comes to art toys and collectibles. You know, I love collecting all sorts of things, as I've spoken about, but these Chaka figures, they're what's bringing me a lot of joy at the moment. All right, I'm gonna pop in and open this statue GULA. So this is heavy. This one is heavy, and this is that there were 42 released of this regular sized one, and then there was a bigger sized one where I think they released 10 or something of the bigger release, or maybe 12, some kind of smaller number. But this is the regular sized one. It comes in this box this came out in 2023, and the box is handmade as well. So it's like, you know, it's not perfect in its construction, but that's got a lot of charm to it, a lot of charm. The label there is hand printed on there, which is really nice, and it's got this little saying on here: cold, yet with warmness, hard, yet with gentleness. Which I really love. It really does give off to that feeling, you know, that sadness and whimsy. Cold, yet with warmness. Hard, yet with gentleness. Alright, so I'm gonna open this, and from what I can tell, we open it by kind of pulling these little tabs, and it's metal, so I'm gonna have to bend it. Gotta really put some strength into it. Alright, that was not easy to get that off. And there's styrofoam in here, which I just like sucked in. so got this the wooden lid off. And then the first thing we have when we open it is this card. So let's pull this out. So it comes with this little certificate of authenticity. And you can see there that this is number 25 of 42. 25 of 42. So it's a really good number as well. I'm stoked with that number. And it's signed by the artist. And the certificate just kind of states that this was all handcrafted by the artist, and all of the details on there were hand painted on. So it's really been personally worked on by the artist Hanna. So kind of want to pop this in like a little photo frame or something. Having that signature there in nice gold ink. 25, such a good number. So because there's only 42 of these, this one was really difficult to find. And I didn't ever think I would be able to get my hands on this one just because of how scarce it is. Alright, there's styrofoam all in here, but it's heavy. This is heavy. So this is actually made of concrete. Gosh, all of the styrofoam. Let's pull this out. This is so much bigger than I thought it would be. You know, when I thought, oh, I'm getting the smaller one, I thought it would be small. It's not small at all. Alright, so this is weighty. Like, this probably weighs maybe 2 kilos. It's very heavy. Made of concrete. And you can see all of the little white art drawn on there, which is all, of course, hand drawn on. And what's really cool about this figure, but I can't show you or even look at it myself because I don't have a blue light, is that it's got hidden messages on it and hidden artworks which become apparent when you shine a blue light on it. So you can see all of the little white drawings on her. I love this one there. The little Chaka. And also there, canned Chaka 2023. So I'm gonna have to get a blue light so I can see these hidden artworks. So I can kind of see a little bit of it shining through. So this statue, the statue GULA, it's, you know, intentionally got this broken down kind of feeling, like it's crumbling, which is really cool. It fits that aesthetic that I like of damaged things, because damaged things are beautiful. Oh my god, I can't believe how beautiful this is, and how heavy and weighty it is. This is high quality. I never thought I'd get my hands on this, just because, like, 42 pieces, and, you know, coming into collecting Chaka quite late. Check out the wings as well. The wings there with home, and then there's these little illustrations and little stars. So now, to let you know how much these cost, and it's kind of hard to give you the price of each of them because I bought them together, and I paid in baht. I paid in Thailand's currency, baht. But altogether, these cost me 1,650 Australian dollars. The postage alone was $180 because of, I suppose, how heavy this is. But I love these. They're so different from each other, and they're really statement pieces for a collection. Really statement pieces. This is weighty. I don't know where I'm going to display this. It'll have to be somewhere where, you know, it can't be knocked over, because if it knocks over, it could do some damage. And yeah, I'd worry about putting it on a shelf even. It'd have to go on like a strong shelf, or maybe a bottom shelf. Really weighty, but so nice. I wonder how big the bigger version is because when I got this, and I was talking to the girl who sold it to me, and she was like, it's a smaller one. I was thinking, like, oh, it'll be like that, like one of the mini Chaka. But no, this has some serious weight to it. I did not anticipate it to be that big. And of course, our beautiful Hanna, with this lovely veil, and just so pretty. I am stoked with these. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Are you a fan of Chaka? Would you ever pay this much money for an art toy, for a collectible? Have you? I would love to have this discussion with people because I am such a geek when it comes to collectibles. These were me treating myself after a very busy month and dealing with, you know, some mental health stuff. So these were me treating myself, which is why I allowed myself to buy things that were so expensive. And like I said, even like owning these feels like a step forward with my mental health because of my OCD and not liking to own and touch things that are secondhand. And these are secondhand. Like, they were just displayed, but they still had other people's hands on it, which is weird for me. But it's good exposure therapy, and I love these, and I think it feels like progress for me. You know, I've had OCD my entire life, so whenever I can feel like a new bit of progress, now as an adult, it feels good. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in and seeing me open these figures that I've been so excited. I'm so excited for them to come. I'm going to record like a full, I guess, show and tell with all of the limited edition Chaka I have at some point. Because I do have a few others. I've got a few others that are really cool. I've got the Falling Sakura. I've got the Toffee and Taffy. I've got a couple of really cute mini ones. The Milka Chaka, both the standing and the lying. I've got the Teapot Universe, the Mini Elephant. So I'll show you all of those at some point. I'll do a little show and tell with these because they're all so cute. And, you know, the Pop Mart released Chaka series are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, and I love them. But there is something about having a limited release that, you know, barely anyone has that just makes me feel good. That's the collector, the thrill of the collection. I've collected Pokemon cards for a long time as well, and I've kind of moved out of that hobby for a bit because the entire scene has just gone to trash with how many people are just money hungry, and it's not about the love of the game, the love of collecting, the love of the franchise. So I've stepped away from that, and all of the money that I would usually spend on Pokemon cards, spending on Chaka and Pop Mart art toys and stuff. Okay, I think this is the third time that I've been like, oh, I'm signing off. But thanks again for watching. Leave a comment down below and talk to me, please. I love chatting to you. Give me a good old thumbs up. And if you don't already, throw me a follow so you can see future videos. If you got any recommendations for things that you would like to see me open or talk about, do let me know in the comments because I love recommendations. I'm a writer and I work well with editors, so suggestions are always welcome. Okay, I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye.